Good morning and welcome to Coffee Talk. When I was young, one of the things I was most infamous for was that I had more groups of friends than anybody I knew. I was friends with the older kids because I had older sisters. I was friends with people my age. I was friends with some of the underclassmen if I felt like it. I just could always sort of get in where I fit in. Everybody always wanted to say they knew me. I don't know if it was because I was the tough girl or because I was the social butterfly, or if because I was running on such a high all the time that I made other people feel high. My energy was contagious, so being around me made people feel indestructible. Little did they know I was dying inside, but sometimes when you don't know what's going on inside somebody's mind or body, it's easy to get caught up in the adrenaline of it all. I mean, I was always the girl down for anything, always the girl having people over her house, always the girl finding parties in another town. I was very well known, very, everywhere. And for a long time, I believed that somehow made me worthy. That being well known was a high for me. I wouldn't say, I don't know if popular is the right word, because I think popular tends to mean that you are genuinely well liked. And I don't know that I was. I think in a lot of ways I was more feared than I was liked, but regardless, I was very well known. And I rode that wave for a very long time. The interesting thing about it, though, is I was well known, but really was not worth knowing. Like, I just wasn't worth anything. I was a human being. Sure, I had some positive attributes. I was funny. You know, if I liked you, then I loved you. But there was no substance to me. And some people go, oh, Jamie, I remember you from high school. You're being really hard on yourself. But only we really know what level of integrity we operate at. You can put on a front. You can smile at people, and be kind to people, you know. But where you operate from, what your motivation is who you are. When my dad died, people would say to me, your dad was a man he had so much integrity, Jamie. He would shake a hand, make a deal. My dad was in sales. He would make a deal with somebody, shake a hand, and that deal, he would carry that deal through no matter what, come hell or high water. And when I was 17, I was like, who cares? Why do you guys keep telling me this? And my dad shook a hand. Oh, he kept his word. Like, what does that even mean? Great. He's, awesome. Go dad. Like, I didn't value core values. I didn't place value in morals or integrity or any of those things because I didn't possess them. And I believe that if I did wrong to others, but it served me, then it must be right. Let me say that again. I operated for a very long time under the notion that even if what I was doing was wrong, and I knew it was wrong, if it somehow served me, then it must be right. So when people would celebrate my father's integrity or his values, what? I don't know, what do you want me to do with that? Great. He was a man of integrity. Awesome. It wasn't until I sort of grew away from being a person who wanted to be well known and grew into somebody who wanted to be worth knowing that I started to really understand the value and importance of integrity, of real loyalty, not just the Italian loyalty that my mother ingrained in me from the time I was 2. Like I always joke that Southern kids learn manners when they're babies, and well, at least Italians, I don't know about all Northerners, but Italians learn loyalty. I mean, it was ingrained in me forever. Once I became the person who really wanted to be worth knowing, I started to notice the integrity or lack thereof in others. And it became I saw it differently, completely. Like, I was like, this is real. It does matter. Now I get why people celebrated my father for the type of businessman he was. Because in life, both personally and professionally, it is easy to do the wrong thing if it serves you and convince yourself it's right. That's very easy. We can take the wrong thing and we can mold it into any different shape we want if it is serving us. God forbid somebody do the same thing to us, though. Do you ever notice that? How people want to cry about injustice, but it's fine if they do the same thing to other people. That's a whole other coffee talk. So why do I bring this up? I bring this up because it is important for me to share the notion that it is so much more important being somebody who is worth knowing than being well known. As we grow, our social circles and our close, it gets smaller, but it grows in value, if that makes sense. So we may be much less known. We may have like fewer friends, but the value in the small circle we have is so much, it's worth so much more. So live a life, try daily to be somebody worth knowing. Somebody that people can go like, that person genuinely tries to do the right thing, even when no one's looking, which isn't easy. It isn't easy. Rather than being well known, because I've been well known and there was no Cadillac at the end of that ride. Okay, it is Thursday, 1 week from Thanksgiving. I love you guys so much today. Have a great day.